Dunk Nailers asking my take on Sargon of Akkad. I was going to get to that a little bit later, but we can start on that if you'd like to, actually. Let's have a look. I'll go through my tabs. We'll get there early, shall we? Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, so this Sargon, I mean, generally, I will say as an overall thing, Sargon is as I've said before, he's taking the sort of Trump route, isn't he? And to be fair on him, he's not. It's not like he's seen Trump and gone that. He's been doing that shit for years, way before Trump was even a thing. So it's not like he's like sucking on the teats. But honestly, he is a little bit as well, isn't he? Of course he is. He's going for that thing of like, let the media smear you as much as humanly possible, and then you, on the assumption that a certain percentage of those people will go and find your videos. Sorry, just a sec, that's too bright, it's killing me. There we go. Go and find your videos and hear the truth, and then you eventually build up a shield, because there's going to be a certain amount of people who watch the videos, enjoy it, have respect for him, have respect for his opinions. And don't get me wrong, he does some phenomenal analysis. I've really enjoyed some of it. Those people who are then within that cocoon of like on Sargon's side, they will then ignore all the smears, you know? I mean, I'm no defender of Donald Trump, but they are dicks to him sometimes. They do take it too far. They misquote him. They misrepresent what he said. You can see it all the time in Trump's videos, those hard cuts where they've cut out the context to what he's saying. You know, like they did it with the crimes. What is it, MS13, and they cut off the bit where he said he was talking about MS13, and then he was like, they're disgusting. And then it's like, immigrants. Look what he said about all migrants, especially the brown ones. He's kind of going for the same thing, isn't he? He's hoping for the smears. He's hoping for the thing because ultimately just more and more people go into this thing. Will it work? I don't know. British politics don't work the same as American politics, and I'm very excited for it. I've been keeping my eyes on him ever since he joined UKIP, actually. But yeah, I've got to say, I really, really liked this. So, Gibraltar's Chief Minister, Fabian Picardo, he's come out against Sargon because Sargon was there recently. He's been doing a sort of change my mind style thing, which again, perfect, best thing he could do. Someone's there like, oh, what did this rape tweet person say? They Google him and see him just having conversations with normal people. You know, he got that disabled bloke on that could barely speak. That was like loving him, and I thought, you know, how many people are searching Sargon and finding that? So anyway, before he even got a chance to put out a single video, Picardo was disgusted by him, and apparently the team actually found him, asked him to come and debate, and he wouldn't. But in terms of what I was saying about Sargon, this was his response, and it was stunning. Really, really good. Check this out.
Oxford-educated twat! Fabian! Debate me! Fabian! I know you're out there, Fabian! You're out there somewhere! I will find you! Fabian! Come out and face me, you coward!
See, that's brilliant, man. Look. This is the bad guy. This is the guy that they're currently... Oh, no, let's not autoplay. Let's get rid of all that shit. This is the guy that they're smearing as being pro... having sex with boys and all that, and pro-rape and all that. And it's all nonsense, isn't it? And the thing is, for me, that video is the sort of thing that you would post to your mates. And that's what he's going for. Again, will it work? I don't know. Before the Brexit party was formed, I would have said, no way. I mean, sorry, I would have said, yeah, he's going to fucking hammer it. Now the Brexit party's there. They're going for some of the sort of... They're siphoning it off, but they'll come down. They've been smeared and all the rest of it. I mean, the Brexit party aren't running anyone locally. And no one's talking about the local elections at the moment. It's really odd, isn't it? I don't know what to say because it's all so up in the air. Usually it's so bloody obvious, but at the moment everything's everywhere. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying what he's doing to politics at the moment. And to be honest, even if he's smeared and destroyed politically, I mean, his channel's not going anywhere. Even if he's destroyed politically, if he can encourage more of these sit-down debates and stuff, fucking brilliant. I'm all for that. I'm not a huge fan of Louder with Crowder. I have a lot of respect for what he does, the way he does it, the way he funds it. I've got a lot of respect for the format, although he's obviously too poorly at the moment to do it properly, and you can tell. But in terms of change my mind, huge respect. That could just put Trump in the White House and Trump's successor, that sort of approach, because people aren't doing it. How crazy is it that, like, just having conversations with people you disagree with is becoming a thing? A controversial thing. He's actually had like strikes, hasn't he? And restricted mode on his conversations, and which is just insanity to me. Is Brexit Party a dilution of the vote share? That's from Dunk. Yes, fucking Nigel Farage is such an egotistical prick that when he should have sat down with Batten and said, "How are we going to do this?" He didn't. He smeared them. And I don't think that's the way to go. I think it's cheap, easy political points. And it's already coming to bite him because he was like, UKIP's too racist for me now, so I have no choice but to form the Brexit Party. It's like, fuck you, mate. You just want the love. You want the love, the attention. You want to be back on top. He then smeared the fuck out of UKIP, and what annoyed me about that was it's so obvious what was going to happen, in that now all his candidates are having to, well, not all of them, but a lot of his candidates are having to slip away because they're getting smeared themselves. If he had just put his ego in check just a little bit, just enough to just sit down with Batten and said, we could rule this country, and they could, they really fucking could, if they'd have just sat down and said, how are we going to do this? Where are we going to run? How are we, you know what I mean? They could have done a deal so that the Brexit Party focused on London. I don't know. Or just taken certain wards. But no. They're going to run Anne fucking Widdecombe against him. It poisons the well, doesn't it? I got one more thing about the Sargon thing, and it's Mike. Mr. sharing, then deleting blatantly cropped videos of Sargon steel manning his opponent's opinions, which again I think is a very healthy thing to do, which we don't do enough because we're so scared of being misquoted. He's on him again, isn't he? And like an absolute prick. And then Mark Di Stefano. Mark, we are doing a video on you very, very soon, you BuzzFeed piece of shit liar. He's the same one that Mark got Count Dankula's channel demonetized in its entirety, and he's the one who's like just innocently asking for quotes from these people before things have even fucking happened. Like, and here he is. Twitter has suspended the EU election campaign accounts of Stephen Yaxley-Lennon (brackets Tommy Robinson), because we've got to say both names. We've got to say both names, people. I wonder if he does that with Elton John. But and Carl Benjamin (brackets Sargon of Akkad), both who have been banned, who are trying to loophole the platform. You, Mark, are a lying piece of shit. They weren't. Right, here's the thing. They have both been banned. They have no clear reasons were given in each instance, unfortunately. Which Twitter really needs to get hold of, because people can just fill it up with whatever conspiracy theory they want. They weren't necessarily loopholing the platform. It is a grey area. I can't speak on Tommy Robinson, but Carl Benjamin, I've got no reason to not think this, he didn't run the account. And he's had enough Twitter accounts to know not to do this. He specifically had someone else running the account, and it was his election account. Now, the reason that this prick is... I can't stand him, this is muddy waters. This is grey area. This is very interesting territory. Twitter has dominated the public sphere in terms of political conversation. It has. And you can go on about, oh, it's a private thing, they can do what they want, and they can. But also, if you and 5,000 of your mates decide to harass someone, and harass Twitter until they are then deleted, that's not necessarily a private person. You're not necessarily respecting their free speech, that private thing. You're harassing that private company until they delete it. So, they do that. They'll start these harassment campaigns and then stand aside from it. Now, Twitter is undeniably the whole political debate. Undeniably. So, if they're going to get rid of Stephen Lennon's campaign account and Carl Benjamin's campaign account, are they interfering with elections? This is a serious thing that we need to look at. They let Hamas go on there. They let Antifa dox people all day long on this fucking website. So they're definitely willing to be flexible about their rules. 100%. Fucking Owen Jones. Owen Jones openly doxed someone. It was about 6 to 7 weeks ago. Openly. Proudly. Someone called him a homophobic slur on a DM, so he posted a screenshot of that. And I'm not defending the slur, I'm not defending the insult. He posted it with the guy's name, then he followed it up with his place of work and crowdfunded the destruction of this man's life. That's against terms of service. Owen Benjamin does it. I mean, where's Mark's tweet about that? Where's the BuzzFeed article taking Owen Benjamin down? I mean, Owen Jones, bloody hell. Owen Jones. Owen Benjamin's got his own... He's got his own problems right now. He's gone right off the deep end. But yeah, it wasn't a loophole. It was a campaign account. But yeah, Happy Dogs just said, it's only Sargon's official account, not his backworlds man. Yeah, I have seen that. What's Hayden doing with a dildo? That's the reward you get. Guys, if you look in the description, you can go on Streamlabs and drop us a tip, and you'll get the dildo. So if you're already subscribed and you really must see it, throw me $1 or $2 and we'll do that. But yeah, fuck you, Mark. Fuck you up the ass. You've done so many smear pieces now. You're going to get your own one. You are definitely getting your own one in return. Before we move on from this, though, in terms of the EU elections, again, Tommy Robinson, for anyone that doesn't know, he went to Wivenshaw, which isn't too far away from me, to launch his account. Apparently, he gave away free burgers that weren't... free burgers. They were paid. I've not looked into it, to be honest, because I've not got time, but this is very interesting, and I've brought this up here. I hope you can see it all right. It doesn't look too great on my what's going on there? I didn't mean to do that. Let's make that a little bit bigger. No, it's not. There we go. This is what your EU voting card looks like. It works slightly differently to normal voting in that it is proportional representation. Now, love, hate, or be indifferent to Tommy Robinson, something very, very exciting is going on here, because he's running as an independent. I was keeping an eye on this because Jared Batten specifically and clearly said Tommy Robinson is not going to be running for UKIP. As soon as he announced, I was like, oh, straight on there. I want to know. Politicians lie. All of them lie. Did he lie about this? No. Tommy Robinson is an independent. This isn't his name, but I've just brought it up for purposes of demonstrating my point here. Now, right now, we've got the Conservatives, we've got the Green Party, Labour, Lib Dems, UKIP. There'll be a few others depending where you are. Obviously, the Brexit Party is going to be right there. People in the northwest of England are going to see these things here. They're going to see UKIP, all these names. Now, right there on his own is going to be Tommy Robinson, independent. Now, I am very, very intrigued to see how this goes, because even if you don't agree with Tommy Robinson's perspective, I certainly don't agree with the way he goes about things. I think there's some hills that he dies on that are actually, if Channel 4 did a documentary about the exact same thing that he's talking about, and it was a middle-class Oxford-educated dude, with his concerned face, letting us know how bad this situation is, with the thousands of girls being raped because of the colour of the skin, that would be huge. It'd be huge. Dispatches, whatever, it'd be a big thing. Because Tommy Robinson says it, and because he goes about it in a bloody awful manner, I think he gets a disproportionate amount of hate and smears. Now, here's the thing, right? With all the shit that he gets, and think about this in Wivenshaw, how many people are going to be like, yeah, fuck it, came down here and he saw us? How many people are going to see his name on its own there and go, and it'll be just like Brexit, it'll be just like Trump. That cross won't necessarily mean I agree with everything Tommy Robinson says and stands for. That cross might just be a big, fat fuck you. And that's why I'm intrigued about the Northwest, man. This is insane. Can you imagine Tommy Robinson being in Europe with fucking Carl Benjamin and Count Dankula? The three of them having time to speak. Because here's the thing, man. You get the best thing that ever happened to Nigel Farage was him getting banned from speaking. Excuse me. You know, he got that time out for calling so and so. Was it stupid or something? He called him a little name, whatever it was. That time out was the best thing that ever happened to Nigel Farage. It made him. It absolutely made him. Now, you know, in terms of the whole tape over the mouth thing, Tommy Robinson, he does get deplatformed. They don't give clear reasons. His suspension on YouTube, his invisibility cloak that they put over him was insane. I clicked that link. I've not got it up right now. It said even if they don't break the terms of service, but they are close. That's the reason they're given. He didn't break the terms of service, but he was close. He had our government pressuring YouTube to delete him. Our government. So even if you're going to stand by that thing of like that bullshit nonsense that people throw out about free speech, well, it only means the government. No, it doesn't. It's a cultural phenomenon. We all need to respect free speech. We all need to. If you try and destroy someone and stop them even feeding their family because you don't agree with their opinions, you can't hide behind the government thing. But even in Tommy Robinson's case, it is governmental. And a lot of people are angry and a lot of people are feeling like they're not being listened to. And I am seriously intrigued. And I'll be honest, that shit happens, man. If I'm sat here the night, we're thinking of doing a live election special from down in the studio. If that shit does happen, me and Aidan are going to be down at the studio laughing our fucking tits off. We are, because we're going to have our very own Trump then, aren't we? Mixing things up. Because it's all fucked anyway. It's all ridiculous anyway. The whole system's crashing down right now, so of course we're going to get Tommy Robinson. Intriguing. I'm very, very intrigued to see what would happen.